wants to ride this.
Oh, okay, let's go then. So we can rest. We can rest for now.
Okay.
Okay,
Find
let's
yourself a trailer and hop in so we can get this jamboree jamboree. Hey friends, it's Major.
Let's go in this one. This one, right here, straight ahead.
Safety vest. Hey, that's me. Please remain seated.
Okay, there we go.
Hands, arms, feet, and legs inside them trailers. And keep an eye on the kids.
I think it's too.
These little fun-loving
I got it.
tractors got their dancing tires on.
Where are they? They're right over there.
Hola, Dodo. Por favor. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados.
I wonder why he doesn't want to sit with you. Oh, yes.
Correcto. Échenle un ojo a sus pequeños.
Hola, Adodo. Then we can draw after this. 7:45. Yeah, maybe we can do one drawing. I mean, we can do it tomorrow too. Anyway.
Yeah.
We have tomorrow too.
Oh, wow. We're lighting up.
I know. Hola, Adodo. Here we go. Going. Oh, we're gonna split up again. We always split up. Oh my god. Whoa! Where did they go? Oh, they're all the way over there. Really?
Later is the truck that tows you back.
Hey, darn. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my They're right there. Oh. That was fun.
That's it, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Now
Oh.
grab all your stuff and stay out of trouble.
Okay, let's go.
Which way is up?
You can just follow them, Mom. Go this way.
Did you reserve? Did you do any reservation for the Pixel?
The what? For the what?
Stop saying pixel.
No, because we're gonna draw. We're not gonna have time.
What about world of color?
What? Yeah, we're gonna watch that.
Mom's scared.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, what do you mean? Tomorrow what? Tomorrow we're gonna do what?
Daddy wants to challenge Mommy again.
What?
He wants to lose again.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Or he wants to win.
He's not gonna stop until he wins.
He's never gonna stop.
Correcto. Échenle un ojo a sus pequeños.
Oh, thanks, Mom. That was fun. Grandma was being thrown away, thrown left and right. Okay, let's go draw now. Honey, right.
Time is it now?
7:47. So we can do the 8 o'clock one. No, over here, Mom.
I think it's sort of like
There's the trolley. Hollywood. You use the restroom? Huh? No, it's okay. We'll wait for you.
Which one did you like the best?
Radiator Springs.
Huh? Radiator Springs.
Not too bad. Welcome to Animation Academy, everyone. My name is Darren. I'm a Disney artist. I'm here to teach you all how to draw Daisy Duck. As you all were entering, you were all greeted by my awesome friend Sandra. Everyone say, hi Sandra.
Hi, Sandra.
Sandra's going to be here to help you out. So if your pencil does happen to break here, just raise your hand nice and high. Either myself or Sandra will be more than happy to help you. Sandra's also up there to show you that if you need to leave the class for any reason, just keep that door on the far right, a great big push, just like she's demonstrating that. And it'll lead you right back outside to our courtyard. And now, is this anyone's first time here at the Animation Academy? Never been before? Wow, quite a few of you, but welcome to your first class. And welcome back to all my alumni as well. Well, for any of my new timers here though, you might have noticed that your pencils are missing an eraser. That's because here at the Academy we draw in a style called rough sketching. And what that means is we're going to be starting off by drawing very light, really rough and sketchy. And as we start to get in those details, we're going to go back in later to darken in the lines that we want to keep. Now with all that being said though, are you folks ready to draw a duck tonight? Yes. Excellent. Now to get us started with our portraits of Daisy Duck, she's going to start with a basic shape, and the shape's going to be a circle here. And so right at the middle of our paper, we want to draw in a circle about the size of a baseball, or an orange is a good size here as well. And as you can see here, keeping this circle very light, really rough and sketchy. I'm just really building up my circle with lots and lots of curved lines. Once you've got your shape in place, the next steps we need to add in are what we call guidelines to help us figure out where Daisy's features are going to be placed. And so we're going to go to the top of our circle, and we want to lightly sketch down a vertical guideline just to show us that Daisy's going to be facing towards us. And then about 2/3 of the way down towards the bottom of our circle, we want to lightly sketch across a horizontal guideline here. And this line is going to help us placing in Daisy's eyes. And this will give us our basic foundation for Daisy Duck. And it looks nothing like her. Right now we have Caloran's lightsaber going through an orange. There's not so much that duck that we know about today. But with this foundation, to start adding in Daisy's bill here, we're going to go from the side of our circle now. And right between our guideline, we're going to add this very tiny letter J. Kind of just curving this off to the left. And we'll want to hop to the right side of our circle. We'll add in another letter J here on right. And once you've got these two J-shaped curves in place, to really start adding in the upper part of Daisy's bill, we're going to go right below our letter J's. And from the outside of our circle here, we want to stretch across this very wide rainbow next. And as I pull this rainbow across to the right-hand side, I'm just making sure that this rainbow goes right through the bottom of my original circle. Once you've got these three curves in place to close off the sides of our bill here, we're going to go from the bottom of that letter J. And we're going to connect this to the end of our rainbow here on each side. And this should give us what will look like a Benton wire hanger, or one of those weird shaped tools from IKEA that no one knows how to use. And now to show that her bill is actually coming out towards us in perspective here, we're going to go right above our first rainbow, and on the inside of our circle now, we want to stretch across a shorter rainbow here on the inside. And this is giving Daisy what we call her bill line next. And Daisy is a pretty happy duck most days, and so to give her her smile here, we're going to go to the tops of our letter J's. And we want to cap these off with a little rainbow here on each side. This is giving Daisy what we call smile lines here, just a couple of curves to show that her cheeks are going to be pushed up as she smiles nice and big. Right above those smile lines, to give Daisy her cheeks here, we want to go from the side of our circle now, and right above that smile line, we want to wrap around this little candy cane. You can also think of this as a little hook shape, or even a little coffee mug handle on the side as well. And as we stretch our little candy canes right above those smile lines, you want to hook these candy canes to the sides of our upper bill here. Now, if you've gotten a chance to see Daisy here in the parks today, she's always seen with what we call an open mouth or a laughing smile. And that smile is there to show you that she's super happy, even if you see her from far away. And instead of adding that same kind of smile here in our portraits, we're going to go to the ends of her cheeks now, right where we ended our candy canes. And we want to lightly sketch down a short diagonal line here on each side. And I'm keeping these lines nice and light as I go right through her upper bill here. And once you got those two diagonals in place, we can close off the bottom of her bill by just connecting our 2 points together at the bottom with this stretched out letter E. this will give us just the outer part of Daisy's bill here. To add in the inside of her mouth next, we're gonna follow those same steps. But this time, we're gonna go from our smile lines here. So right where we added in those rainbows, and we'll pull down 2 more diagonal lines here on each side. Because we really want to give Daisy this nice, big, happy smile, because Daisy's got a lot to be happy about in life. This duck just turned 84 years old last year, but Daisy doesn't look a day over 12. She's also got a lot of friends and her own sense of style. She's in a relationship. That must be nice. This duck, definitely living her best life. Now, once you got this inner part of her mouth nice and dark, the last feature we need to add on to the lower half of Daisy is going to be her tongue. And so to add in that tongue here, we're going to go right to the middle of her mouth now. And we want to draw in a small little triangle, just a little pizza slice for her tongue here. And if you're feeling a little fancy, if you want to add in some contrast to your sketches, you can even shape in the back of Daisy's mouth, just to make that tongue stand out a little bit more for her here too. And with that build in place, the hardest part of our drawings are complete, and you all are actually about halfway done with your sketches of Daisy. And so with all the hard stuff out of the way though, this is where we want to work on the most important feature of all for our duck, and that's going to be her eyes. Now just like her boyfriend Donald, Daisy has some really big expressive eyes to her. And so for these next shapes, we're going to be drawing in 2 tall ovals. You can also think of these as eggs for eyes as well. And so I'm going to go right above my guideline. And on the inside of my circle now, I'm going to stretch up my first oval here on the left. I'm going to be bringing this up to the top of that original circle here. And I always like to keep this first eye nice and light to start with. Just in case I make her other eye too big or too small, I can always go back and readjust. And so I'll go ahead and lightly sketch in eye on the right hand side here too. And once you got these eyes to a pretty decent size here, these egg shapes are going to be the next feature that we want to go back and darken in. Now when Daisy Duck first debuted though, she actually didn't debut as Daisy Duck. Her original name at the time was Donna Duck. And her voice actor was the same gentleman that voiced Donald Duck. And so whenever these two were on screen together, and whenever they were arguing with each other, it basically sounded like Donald was arguing with himself. And the name even caused confusion with audiences. They couldn't tell the difference between Donna and Donald. And so that's when Walt decided to change her name to Daisy. But plot twist, when Walt first created Minnie Mouse, she wore a flower pot hat. And what kind of flower was in that hat?
Daisy.
A daisy. So coincidence? I did not. Now, once you got those egg shapes nice and dark, right now her eyes look like they're floating in space. When really they do sit in the pocket of her bill here. And so to finish up this bill for Daisy, we're going to go right between her eyes now. And we'll bridge this together with a little hill right underneath. Right now, this looks like you'd be drawing either Donald or Daisy. To really make this Daisy though, we do want to give her her eyelids, since she does love wearing that eyeshadow. And so to add in her eyelids next, we're going to go to the top of our oval, about a quarter of the way up now. And we're going to carve into our shape here, just adding in a little rainbow on the inside. And once you got that first eye in place, go ahead and mirror that on the left hand side here too. Just one more rainbow at the top. And just like her best friend Minnie, Daisy does have some eyelashes as well. But her lashes are a little bit longer than Minnie Mouse's. And so to add in those lashes of hers, we're going to go on the tops of her eyelids. And we're just going to flick out our pencil 3 times. So over here on the left, 1. Then I'll make this middle lash a little bit longer here. 2. And a third lash at the bottom. Make this just as short as the first one. And right above that right eyelid here too. 1, 2, 3. Instant makeover. If you want to give Daisy a little more mascara though, you can go back to these curves, follow them a couple more times, just to add in some more thickness to these. You know, maybe she's born with it. But right now, Daisy's looking like she's seen some things. Like she's saw a ghost, maybe there's a sale going on at Sephora. And so this is really where you can get creative with your ducks. You can really have Daisy looking any way you'd like. Maybe up, down, cross-eyed. You can add in hearts, stars, dollar signs in those eyes. I want to keep her nice and classic. Just right at the bottom of each eye here, I'm drawing a couple smaller holes, one for each pupil. Now, as I'm sure you all know, Daisy's boyfriend Donald is a family duck. He is an uncle to 3 nephews. Can anyone tell me the name of his nephews?
Huey, Dewey, and
Yes, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Now, Daisy here, she's also a family duck as well. She's an aunt to 3 nieces. Does anyone know the name of her nieces? Yes, super fans. Yeah, I actually have a picture. For those that have never seen them before, this is so cute, right? I even love that they're pastel colors, not like red, blue, and green. Now that we've got Daisy nice and awake, and to make her a little bit more expressive now, we're gonna go right above her eyes. And to give her some eyebrows, we're just gonna follow the curve of that eye at the top. And so I'm just pulling up this stretched out rainbow. You can also think of these as a couple of arches that sit above her eyes as well. And the higher you draw these above her eyes, the more excited Daisy's going to be looking when you're drawing sheep. Now, with Daisy being a duck, she definitely has some feathers in her as well. Now, for a Daisy here, she has a group of feathers that bunches up on the tops of her cheeks. And so to give her some duck fluff here, we're going to go to the top of the cheek now. And we're going to pull up half of a rainbow, a little hill here on each side of that circle. And once you got that duck fluff in place, we can even close off the sides of her head by just picking out our favorite circle line from right between her eyebrows and the tops of her duck fluff here. Now we're almost finished with our sketches of Daisy. But what's she missing here at the top of her head? Oh yes, her most favorite accessory. Now her bow is a little bit larger than Minnie Mouse's. They always have this silent competition about who has the bigger bow. And so to add in that bow for Daisy, we're going to go toward the top of her head. And right between her eyebrows here, we want to draw in a small little hole. It's going to look like a little egg sitting at the top of her head. Just that top to her bow. And we want to show that this bow is sitting nice and snug at the top. And so in the space between her eyebrow and that knot here, we want to connect together with a little curve here on each side. Now to build up the top of Daisy's bow, we're going to go from the top of the knot here. And we want to stretch up this really stretched out letter V. It's going to look like we're giving Daisy some bug antenna at the top of her head, kind of like she has Cricket from Mulan sitting up here. And from this letter V shape, we're going to turn these into some candy canes, or even like to think of these as some fishing lines being pulled in as well. And instead of going from the top of that letter V, just bringing down a little curve here on each side, giving myself that nice candy cane shape. And to close off the bottom of her bow, we want to go from the bottom of these candy canes here. And on the side, we want to stretch down a short letter C curve. And we'll just connect this to the sides of her head, right next to each eyebrow. But right now, this is giving us more like butterfly wings, not so much a bow just yet. And so what we want to add in on the inside is what we call tension lines. And so I'm going to go from the top of my shape here, and I'm going to pull down just a couple of stretched out letter C curves. These curves are there to show us that that ribbon's wrapping around itself. Then to show that bow is being pulled in tight from the sides of the knot here, we want to add in a letter U here on each side. And once you got those tension lines in place, that's going to be the last step that you need for your sketches of your duck here. And so this is the time in your drawings when you want to go back in, do some touch-up work, darken into any lines that might have faded away during the drawing process, but you love to stand out nice and dark here. And the last mark, any artist truly listening on their work before it's complete though, are going to be your signature. So make sure you do find a spot somewhere next to your drawing here. And go ahead and sign.
Mine looks so off.
Because you have just learned how to draw your very own portrait of Daisy.
Duck. Yay.
Excellent. But before we say goodbye, I'd love to see all of the amazing ducks here tonight. So we're gonna have a quick little
Oh, what happened to Daisy?
all sit down here, you look all three towards high and
What is that? What's
and take a look around. All drew Daisy a little differently here. And so 1, 2, 3, Daisy duck, everyone. And take a look out here. Oh my gosh, amazing work here in my first row. Some nice big happy ducks all around here. Excellent job in my middle row. Some nice big expressive eyes. Really tall bows out here. Your mouth will definitely be jealous. Oh my gosh, in the back rows too. Nice full liver. Super soft shade. Oh my gosh, look at the pros at pro sketching. Excellent job all around, everyone. I'd say very impressed with all your ducks. You all definitely passed the class. So give yourselves a round of applause.
Mommy's one. Brayden, look, mommy's one. It looks.
Now those drawings are for you to keep. So go ahead and take those drawings off the board with you and take them home as a souvenir. Now, if you'd like to join us for our next class, we're going to be drawing the cutest guardian of the galaxy.